Good morning, everyone. I love that you guys are saying hi. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Obviously, we're a global company, and I see a lot of you saying hello. Let us know where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's
Vegas,
nice.
Wisconsin, Philadelphia. We
There's a
always
lot
get a
of
million
people.
questions about the time zones. What time is the broadcast? I'm like, I don't know where you are. It depends where you
I
are.
know. Well, well, first I thought it was 10 a.m., then I thought it was 9 p.m. And then my assistant said, no, it's 11 a.m. your time. I'm like, it's good to know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I think we're just all excited to be here and have coffee and tea with you guys, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, our goal for those of you joining us for the first time, we started doing a series every Wednesday at 11 Eastern.
Yeah.
Really, when all of this started happening and we're all at home more, and we thought it'd be nice to have a place to connect, a time and a place, the same time every single week, so that we can stay connected with our community, keep edgy with learning a new tip or trick or two. Whether it's about a beauty product or being an entrepreneur and otherwise. And so we usually have themes and we try to switch up our guest speaker. And so thank you, Loren, for joining us. I know
I'm
you're,
so happy. I'm so happy that I got to put on a little makeup today
yeah,
by myself, of course. But it's great to be here, and I hope everybody had a safe and happy July 4th.
yes,
Um, you know,
absolutely. So I saw you were away. So everyone joining us, we're just having girl chat. We haven't caught up in a little while, and we wanted to share with you what we're working on within our brand as a business and some new products coming out. But more importantly, we just wanted to say hi and see you all. And I thought it'd be fun for you to share. It looked like you actually got away and did something fun for the fourth, which is
yeah, it was amazing because we have not left our house since World Conference in February. And so, for the first few months, like always, it always feels okay. And then you start
yeah,
to feel like you're going to go crazy. Then you feel like you want to switch roommates, switch faces, switch places.
yeah,
Everybody needs a break. So I think it was really good for JR and I, the kids. We went to our home in Cat Cay, Bahamas, and there was nobody there, which was really nice. The island's always empty. So it was
yeah,
really great that we had the opportunity to kind of enjoy the sand and the water and be with the kids. And even though it only lasted 3 or 4 days, it was a well needed, atmosphere change. And I think that's important to keep us sane. And I think what we're doing here on these 11 o'clock Wednesdays is so critical because, think about it. People need to be able to connect. We are human beings and we need real live interaction, right? So Zoom has become our best friend, right?
yes, yeah. And I'll be honest, like sometimes I'm more of an introverted person. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't really know about getting on this Zoom meeting, but we need it because then after we're done talking, you feel so much better. Like we really do need the human connection. Technology is amazing and it allows us to do business from anywhere at any time. But I
Oh,
am grateful for the ability to be able to see and have a little bit of energy exchange, even if it's virtual.
well, I think for people's sanity, for their mental health, for so many reasons, people need that connection. And I feel like, if you don't have that, how do you survive? Because we are such human beings that need that physical touch that, FaceTime, we've used FaceTime more than ever now to see our loved ones and see our friends. And Zoom is a great way for our business and all of our friends and all of our beauty entrepreneurs to stay connected.
Yeah.
And I think that's critical right now, especially in a time where so many businesses are shut down,
Yeah.
so many people aren't operating, and we have the ability to really stay connected and still teach and train.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the importance too of, a lot of people are talking about how if they're home, they're not putting energy into themselves to what's the point? No one's going to see me and what have you. But I think one thing I've learned for myself is if I get up and sort of get ready for my day, even if it's just a few products, like a tinted moisturizer and some lip gloss and like at least change your clothes, you just feel a little more ready. And most of us have more time than we used to, I know I used to travel a lot, so I do miss traveling, but I've sort of been trying to embrace staying home. And one thing that I've been able to do is learn and watch tutorials and do more training. And so if you want to indulge your creative spirit, it's a great time to play with makeup and learn some new skills, and or keep your skills on point. You know, like one of the women joining us, Song, she was our featured speaker last week. And she was saying every day and she's doing TikToks and having fun with it, but she's like, you know, every day I'm putting makeup on to keep my craft sharp as an artist, you know, but it also just empowers you. And I think really that's what makeup is. It's not something that's like frivolous or an afterthought. It's really meant to empower us, you know?
I agree. I think, first of all, the Lumiere sticks have become my best friend, you know, because you can use those on your eyes, your cheeks, your lips. And I think it's so great. And, you know, I agree with you. Just a little bit every day makes a big difference, whether you're really, you know, really focusing on your skincare and making sure that you're improving your skin because you have a little bit more time to do so and you don't have to put too much makeup on. But I agree. I think staying sharp and on point with your skills is so critical to your success because especially now, you know, it's very easy for the majority of the people to go through suffering and get into a rut and say, well, what am I going to do? I've been stuck at home since March, for me, February. You know, and I think the most important thing you can do is, like you said, you know, go online, watch some YouTube videos, you know, sharpen your skills as, you know, because we all know you and I are not makeup artists, but we've enjoyed learning the process. I know I've had to watch a few more YouTube makeup tutorials than I've ever had to, you know, because when you don't have somebody there to do your hair and makeup, you're like, okay, how am I gonna pull this one off? And, you know, so you get better at what you do and you find it as an opportunity to really turn things around, turn your business around, maybe focus on doing more than you've ever done before. And, you know, I'm starting to hear it and see it in the business where we see so many new people have hit pin levels, which have been so exciting, hitting, you know, financial numbers that they would have never hit before. And I think it's like really exciting when you see people coming out of the starting gate and when we're still slightly in a lockdown and they're hitting new pin levels because they're making it happen by working from home. That's huge.
It is huge. And I think you have to be, you know, consistent. Like I'm reading some of the comments, they're saying makeup is instant confidence, which I agree with. And also the fact that right now people, that's our theme this month is beauty with benefits, because that's what women are demanding, or consumers in general are demanding. Like we want products that are multi-purpose, that are simple to apply, but they're good for our skin and they're going to give us that boost. And like you said, those Lumi sticks are clutch. Like I use them every day too. Your lips, your cheeks, it just gives you a little bit of life to your skin. And I think, yeah, and a lot of people doing educational sessions with, you know, a private group for their clients and their friends and their family, where you can create a private space so you're not, you know, on your main page of your social media, but create a really intimate space where, like we're doing today, but, you know, in your own setting, where grab a cup of coffee, like I'm getting ready for the day, come join me, and you're going to learn a new skill. And I think what I love and I see about so many beauty advisors is they're being, I think, very open and vulnerable and transparent. Like you said, you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a makeup artist. You can just be you and empower other people that way, which is so cool.
I think it's great. I saw the other day one of our Motives beauty advisors was doing Zooms. And I think one of the cool things I saw is that she was actually doing Zooms and charging people how to apply their makeup with Zoom, which is a really great way for people to, number one, wanna improve their technique and their skill, but then be able to make money on the side. So maybe you're used to going out and doing makeup with your clients with Motives, but maybe you can't do it, but you can do a Zoom with them. You can teach them, you know, private makeup and instruction. I think all of that is so important right now. And our business has so much to offer. I mean, when you think about the fact that we're able to not only survive during a pandemic, but thrive. Thrive is so important. Our business is better than it's ever been. You know, sometimes I say that cautiously because I'm so sensitive to the rest of the world who's not doing so well. But we are doing incredibly well, and we should be proud of that. And there are so many people who have stepped up and said, you know what, this is a time I'm going to shine. You know, let's face it, freedom means an opportunity to be something that you never thought you could be.
It's true.
And I think that's so critical for people to put themselves in the right frame of mind And it's good for their mental health. And people need it. People need that interaction. People want to be able to jump on and still connect and feel like, hey, Lee, can you help me out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Lisa, can you teach me? And they want to be able to get that instructional information. And when I see the things that people like Song and of course Venna and everybody are doing, it's so great because we're really giving people an ongoing education. There's been no lapse because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
They're getting more than they've ever gotten, and I think it's really cool how we've kind of trained ourselves. And I do think, to be honest, I do think it's the beginning. I do think this is going to be something that we're going to be doing for a while.
Yeah.
And I think it's time that people say to themselves, I think there was people in the beginning that thought, wow, well, when will we go back? Maybe it'll be April, maybe it'll be May. I know Andrew, who's here with me, I had hopes that, it would be May and June. And I kept saying, I think this is going to go on for a long time. This may become a lot of what the new norm is. And that's okay. Because if you perfect our craft and start doing it on Zoom and get better and better at it, it's really seamless. And building the business this way is so much easier to attract a lot more people.
It's very efficient and it's a great way to leverage your time. And I know a few months ago when you and I were talking about how fast the company is growing, and it's like you said, you want to be sensitive. And I was like, I almost feel bad talking about success, but the thing is, we only have success in helping so many other people, which you pointed out. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. You're right. We have to focus on that because that's why we're growing, is because we're empowering and changing so many lives. And being home, as I've always been a stay-at-home mom with my kids, and it kind of reminds me, my older two are 10 and 12, so they're older. And this time being quarantined sort of reminds me of being a stay-at-home mom when your kids are little. Like, I don't know if you guys tuning in are at that point or can relate to that, but I remember being really grateful to be home with them, but it was really lonely. It was very isolating. And so this go round where I was sort of brought back to that time and place where, oh my gosh, like I'm stuck home with them all day, and I love them, but they're driving me crazy. But what I'm so grateful for is to have an outlet, to be a professional in business, because that's what fulfills me. I love the marketing and the business side of things. And I love makeup for making people feel beautiful and look and feel their best. But I like that I can be me and not feel, I guess insignificance is not the word, but because I'm not a makeup professional, feel like I can't have success with this. Anybody can. And I am grateful for technology. And I think this time, if we're using it properly and we're sort of humbling ourselves and trying to peel back the layers and really do some soul searching, I know it sounds cheesy, but there's always a silver lining. And I think what I've seen with, leading our team of educators for Motives and the field, learning how to use this technology, is that this probably is a skill that we really need for long-term success, because let's face it, technology is not going away, but it's giving us a grace period. I think people are very understanding and very patient during this time. So it's actually sort of the perfect storm in that we're forced to learn a skill and evolve, which we probably should have been doing anyway. But at a time where people are going to be more patient and maybe even more attracted to learning something new, because everyone's learning something new. So we're all on the same playing field. And I think it's giving a lot of people that maybe, I've partnered with moms that didn't have vehicles, right? I've partnered with women who lived in cities and didn't really have a space to have people come and connect and do events for Motives or skincare or otherwise. So I think this time is just, it's struggle for many people. We can all attest to that, mentally and emotionally, but it also, I think, is equipping us and empowering us for many years to come. And I do look forward to personally connecting with people again. I can't wait for that day to happen, but I think it'll be a hodgepodge of both, right? It's going to be in person and this type of business for the.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think I'm kind of adjusted my mindset for both.
Yeah.
And I think we have this strong rule: we don't let anybody come around us who hasn't tested, and then stays tested if they see us again. So most people have just basically moved in with us because nobody. We just are really, really strict, because of our age, of course, and then we have kids and little kids, and it's a frightening time. And I think you know, instead of, you can either suffer through that, which is really challenging and hard, or you can do something with it.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, now's the time. Now's the time to step up and say, well, you know, if I want to be a beautypreneur, this is the time to do it, right? It's a combination of beauty plus business and beauty products plus science. And, you know, we are always on the lookout, always ahead of the curve, always one step ahead, you know, with the latest innovations. And I feel like, you know, everything we've done right now is even stepped up, ramped up for more beauty with benefits, right? So not just within products, you know, we always have had the best products, but now they're just getting better and better. And I think what's most important is that you actually can now build a business just like this on the computer. And because, you know, people are 40 some million people are out of work. You know, they need a way out. They need a, you know, another way.
Yeah.
And although, you know, I'm not trying to prey on people, I feel like more people have approached me now than they ever have before and said, hey, you know, what is it that you do? How can we do this online? Do you offer training online? And I feel like just haven't missed a beat. You know, I feel like we jumped right in. We were well prepared. We started focusing on it right after World Conference in the event that it happened, and it did. And now, you know, I think it's only going to be better. And I think even more so, I think you'll see a lot of big pockets of areas that won't go back to school in the fall. Many people will choose online school, which naturally, of course, is harder for their parents, but it also gives them an opportunity to choose something like this, where many people's plan Bs are becoming their plan As. And I think that's really, really critical right now because, you know, you got to be able to live your life as you choose. I mean, anything less, honestly, is some form of slavery, which I don't want to participate in. I know that so many people don't want to participate in. And let's face it, I mean, 40 million people don't have another way right now. And I feel like, you know, when you get to live your life on your own terms, you know, your motives and your intentions are right, you're doing things properly, and you're able to help other people benefit is so critical. I feel like that's what we do so well, you know, and I look at the business as a whole and I think about, you know, a CEO who does a Zoom meeting every Wednesday night to make sure people are trained properly, and the ongoing education of, you know, how to show the business and how simple it is and how somebody doesn't have to be, you know, an educator in beauty to jump right in and become a beautypreneur. You know, all of those things make us really, really special.
You know, and the other thing that we're very different in is that we're a product broker. So I often tell people, you know, you may be drawn to this because of the product or the community, but as a perk or benefit of working with Motives, you have access to other products like Lumiere de Vie skincare, like collagen, like who doesn't want a collagen supplement, you know? So because we're one division of a larger product brokerage company, we have access to all of this, and it just fuels the same business plan. And I think what I appreciate even more about all of that is you can really choose and select the type of people that you want in your space, and they're going to find a home somewhere. They're going to find a niche somewhere, and it doesn't have to be what box you want to put them in. It can be what they're destined or designed to do. And, you know, yesterday I had a call with some leaders for an upcoming summit we have going on this weekend, and we were just sort of brainstorming and planning, and we were saying how, you know, the one woman is a makeup artist, and she's like, you know, I have found what my passion is. I used to do a lot of bridal makeup because that's where the money was, but where my heart is and where my passion is the average everyday woman who has a career, who needs like a 5-minute face to look and feel professional. So she's like, because of the team I have and the income I've made in the business behind Motives, I now have choices. I love the art of makeup, but I didn't love dealing with these crazy brides, right? This is what I love. So this is what I'm going to do. And then another woman who was on, who's a makeup artist, celebrity makeup artist in Vegas. And she was like, you know, I'm taking this time right now. I'm not on set. I'm not doing that. And I'm going wholeheartedly into my business. And you have someone who, you know, probably people spend thousands of dollars for her services, and she's giving them for free virtually to her customers who buy like a lip gloss and a mascara, you know, because she's so focused on people and building long-term relationships. And you just don't know when you're with the right people. You don't know, people lead to people. We all have different skills and different talents, and we're so much better together. And because of the power of the business plan, we're not multi-level marketing. There's no percentages off of levels. It's 100% commissionable credit to infinity on all the volume of all the products. It's just like, you have such a vested interest to work together, you know.
Well, I think that freedom, also when, you know, just celebrating July 4th, I mean, freedom is a chance to be better together. And I think that's so critical. You know, we have the best marketing plan by far. You know, I always say, if you fall in love with the product, more product sells, as we know from my own husband speaking, which, by the way, my husband's there. And I just want to remind you, because I'm on Zoom, when you talk to yourself out loud, I hear you. He's talking to himself out loud while he's listening to me, and I hear him, and I love it because I know he's preparing for his own thing tonight.
Yeah.
So it's really, when he says on stage that he talks to himself, he does. I just listen to him do it in the background.
Yeah, I do too. It's all good.
He's smiling. But I think the, you know, the critical thing is that we have just an incredible marketing plan. You know, a way that when you actually love products and you share them with people that you know, you like, you trust, you love, and can get paid for that. I mean, that's what our marketing plan is all about. And that's who we are. It's not complicated. You know, it's really a multi-million-dollar, even though we're a billion-dollar company, it's a multi-million-dollar business that you get paid on each and every week for very little investment. The biggest investment is yourself, of course. And, you know, if you're willing to invest in the person I feel like is the most important person in life, who won't let you down, which is you. And I think that's so critical, because so often we've worked for somebody else and we've been, you know, disappointed or let down by, you know, what we expected. JR, you have to stop clipping, sweetie. But you know, what we've been let down by other people in our lives, you know, our bosses, our associates, our people that, you know, kind of tell us what to do, or people that maybe are partners in something that we expected more of them than we get. And I think it's time that people realize there's not a whole lot you can count on but you.
Right.
And I think if you can really invest your time in this business, it will pay you back so much more than you could possibly dream of. And the community of people in this organization is so powerful, so life-changing. You know, it really is. And I think it's a time where people can say, you know, it's amazing. Real freedom is being able to call your own shots on your own time, to do things that you want to do when you want to do them. I think that's, you know, really critical. And I think, you know, even my husband and I, you know, JR and I are still trying to figure out, you know, working through this new way of life and being okay with it and growing through it and getting better at it. And figuring out, you know, when we first started doing Zoom with JR, even though I'm sitting at the table with you guys, you know, we would do it, you know, at a little table, and then we figured out, okay, well, we can put it on a big screen. And then it actually feels like we're even more in person with everybody. And even though that screen was the same for everybody watching us, it felt bigger in life for us. And so we would do things that would make us feel better about it. So we keep adjusting daily to this way. And I'm just so grateful that what we've built and the community that we have built is even stronger than it was before.
Absolutely.
Powerful.
It really is. And I think, you know, something you said earlier that I want to elaborate on, something is so important, is the business really is simple. And I think sometimes we get in our own head and we tend to overcomplicate it. And one thing I love about Motives being part of, you know, Market America and having access to other products and services across other billion-dollar industries is you really just, first of all, it's a lifestyle. And secondly, we're just focused on offering solutions. And unlike many other businesses out there, whether it's traditional or direct sales type model, you have to service in so many people, and you're churning and burning, whether it's employees, whether it's partners, and it's exhausting. And that's what's so, I think, discouraging to people, you know, whereas with our company, because of it, again, having access to so many different products and services, you can just take a group, we say 10 people, build a base of 10 customers. That's all you need. And you're servicing them based on what they want, what they need, not what you want them to buy, but really what they're already spending money on. And the reason I want to connect this dot right now is because I know we have a lot of beauty lovers joining us right now, but just think about, you know, being a smart business owner where, okay, you can stay in a place you love and you can focus on skincare and cosmetics and beauty. But here's what I found myself doing. You know, I know a lot of my customers, we all end up having like a little bit of a target market, right?
We're so lucky that we're still able to access them and not have to pay double and triple the price, because there's so much price gouging out there. Andrew and I were talking about it the other day. It's really offensive. You know, you see so many people double and tripling the price and you're thinking to yourself, for what? So we're offering the same products and more, as you know, we've over the last 4 months, we've come out with even more products than we ever had before. And I feel like, you know, we're not offering, as you said, people products that they don't need. We're offering products that people really need and really want and don't have to wait and don't have to pay an escalated price. And I think that's so critical to who we are. And the marketing plan is so simple. And as you said, it compounds really fast because, like you said, you get paid all this volume and money on the sales of your production, the products you use, and the other people that you work with that you help. And that's huge. We don't have levels that we pay on. We pay on real people's productions and sales. And the truth of the matter is people love our products.
Yeah.
And I just think that that is what makes us so special, so powerful. It's not something like, okay, well, you have to buy this product and it doesn't really work in order to make money. You've heard that a lot, and you don't get that here. And the fact that you get to work with a community of people who have the same mindset, the same positive energy, you know, that are love each other, that see each other a few times a year, and many of us more than others. And we can't wait to see each other. We can't wait for somebody to make it. I don't know anywhere in America or any country where people are rooting for each other as much as they are in this organization.
So true.
You know, it's powerful. I think I'm always so blessed to see so many people rooting for each other. That's why I jumped on your call the other day when you did it. And all the girls were talking the other morning, and I felt like I needed to have a girl moment with everybody. And it's so cute to see people like rooting each other on and filling each other in and, you know, catching up. No lost time. You know, nobody will lack anything here. They're going to get all the training. You look at people like yourself. You look at Lee. You look at Song. You look at Vina. You look at Amber Lopez. You look at all these people who are doing a phenomenal job out there. And you say to yourself, wow, there's a real team of people who really want you to make it, who are going to be pushing you, driving you, helping you get there. And I always tell people, if you put in 100% of yourself, I'll be 100% of there with you.
Right.
And I feel like that's who we are. That's what we're about.
Yeah. And because of the caliber of people that seem to be drawn to the business, it's everyone's helping everyone. It doesn't matter if, you know, you have a financial interest or not. And typically to earn that type of money, if you're running a traditional business, like the list is really long of, oh my gosh, the stresses and everything else. And this is something else that Amber Lopez and I were talking about yesterday, because she ran 3 salons and now she runs a distribution company that supports salons with different products and services. And it's a good way of an example of, you could be like me, a stay-at-home mom, and have a lot of success with this company, or a woman in business like that, where this business, I always say, you're like a chameleon and it can take on any shape and you find yourself evolving, and you just need to listen more and talk less, you know, and just again, offer solutions. And there's always a way, there's always a synergy, right? So she was saying with the salons through the distribution company she has, they need cleaning products, right? And not only do they need cleaning products that are disinfecting and things like that for the CDC, but they also need products like the laundry soap, where you're getting more value, right? You're getting more loads per use, or whatever the case is. So not only that, but you know, there's so many other products like the
supplements. The supplements
is huge. And you know, she said, when I'm partnering with these accounts and I'm telling them there's no inventory requirements, like most professional businesses in the beauty world anyway, you need to have 10 of every shampoo at all times, you know, and we don't do that here, you know.
Well, when you think about traditional business or any business or anything you're going to start for yourself in order to be successful, You cannot start any business without spending thousands and thousands of dollars in order to succeed. And in our business, you can invest a few $100 to get some products and really get a business in a box. And if people would just invest in themselves and treat it like such, they really will turn it into $1 million business like you and Don and so many people who are online with us tonight, online with us this morning. You can tell them confused. But
you don't know what day it is. You don't know what time it is, right?
I never know what time it is. I just know that my granddaughter was so excited to see me wearing makeup this morning.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, my kids always know when I'm doing a Zoom. Like,
oh my God. Well, she always says to me, Mimi, the other day, she said, Mimi, how come you don't dress up with the shiny gowns and the makeup every day anymore? And I said, well, because, we're working from home. And she said, I know, but I really like you to wear those shiny dresses. Could you wear one later? And Jared said, why don't you just wear one every day for her? I'm like, do you know how uncomfortable that is? To wear that all day. But I just think it's so cute that the levels of people, when you look at our business, it's not just us, the moms, the stay-at-home moms, the stay-at-home grandmoms like myself who get to work at their leisure and help other people. But the truth of the matter is that we're also educating the generation behind us. And our children are watching this and saying, and I used to be sad for them to see like, well, is this the way life is going to be for them? Are they going to have to walk around with masks on all the time? But then I said, let's just turn this around and have them see something much more positive. Let them see that business still operates this way. Let them see that there's a way for them to still make it. So simply by having a computer and interaction and a phone and a way to communicate with people, we can have all of that still. And I think that our marketing plan clearly is the highest paying plan in the business. I was talking to a very dear friend about our business the other day, and I was comparing it to another plan that she asked me to. And when I did that, the other company is a well-known company, but when you put the volume in our business, it paid them 7 to 8 times more in our business than it did with the other company, with less production, less sales. And I use a lot, but the fact that he makes the extra one at midnight every night and we drink it, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get him to write down his concoction of isotonic just so I can drink it all at once, but I think that it's not about just makeup. I've always said it's not just about makeup, even though we do have incredible beauty products with incredible benefits. It's about the other products that we have that actually help you live longer, live a better, more quality life. And I think that's so important.
It is so important. I agree. Well, having said all of that, is there we can open it up for some Q&A or comments.
Yeah, any questions? Well, they said take Andrew with you. I would if he would, trust me. I would. We may have to see him sooner than later. So JR's in the background saying, well, he has to come some. But at any rate, we'll open it up for any questions. But I think that I think it's just a perfect time if you've been kind of got in the business, haven't done anything for a while, and say, now's the time to do something, guys. Now's the time to really step up your game and say, you know what? I want to surprise everybody and come out of this and surprise myself. Surprise myself, surprise other people to feel good about those things in their life and change their life.
And I've seen that happening with some people where they are making the most of the situation. And it's like, I always I'm encouraging people to give yourself grace. The past doesn't equal the future. This business is very forgiving, and a lot of people partner because they love the product so much. They want to get them at a discount and they want auto ship, and that's cool, but when you're ready to sort of kick it in high gear, just know that there are so many ongoing support systems for you where you can leverage your time. We do a Monday night session at 9 p.m. every single week, which is more business centric. This Wednesday morning / afternoon one is more, usually focused around products or just chit-chatting like we're doing today. If you go on our YouTube channel, we have a lot of different playlists, anything from product knowledge to connecting with our community is a great playlist that we had. Motives in Motion is a great playlist where you can learn how to do anything virtually, whether it's a consult, whether it's an event that you want to do virtually through Zoom with an online party, which we have the technology to do. So
and I see that Shondel's on too, and she's done so many great things. I love watching her too. And I think she asked me a question about what inspires me daily. And I think the answer is real simple. It's people. It's always been people. I'm obviously a people person. You know, I love people. And I think, you know, even when we all have tough days or challenging days or, you know, feel like, wow, need a refresher, you know, I think it's people. And so I'll go to Facebook or and find you, find my friends, find Lisa. Last week I found her. You know, you look for people to bring you back up and feel good. And I think, you know, a lot of my inspiration comes from, you know, my children, my grandchildren, and my daughter, just simply because I want them to live their very best life,
Yeah.
unafraid, unapologetic, aware of themselves and people around them, as Amber is very much a people lover. I'm very sensitive to people, but I also want to inspire women to not be afraid to be reliant on men, even though I've been married to an amazing man for a long time. I stronger than ever, I feel stronger than ever that women need to step up and not be pushed in the corner. I was
Yeah.
teasing the guys the other day, saying, somebody was saying something to me. I said, nobody puts baby in the corner, you know, from Dirty Dancing. And I was thinking to myself, it's really time for women to step up and take ownership of what really belongs to them. That they can do, we can do things so much better than men sometimes, and we don't give ourselves that credit.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important. In raising a one daughter only has been, you know, an ongoing thing, because although, you know, she's married, and I've always tried to tell her the most important thing has to be yourself.
Yeah.
The most important thing has to be you and your children, and putting yourself first and loving yourself first, and doing self-love for yourself, because you can't be everything to everyone all the time without yourself suffering. And I think that this business has so much to offer to make women remind themselves of who they are and how they can feel good, and you know who they can turn to. And I told you the other day when I jumped on your call on Facebook Live, I saw you talking, and I wasn't on, you know, we weren't face to face, but I was chatting with the other girls, and it was so exciting, you know, to need people with like mindsets, and to hear people with like mindsets, and to be able to reach out to people with like mindsets. And so the business has really helped, I think, keep my sanity,
Yeah.
you know, over the last few months. You know, we're just genuinely blessed.
And I know you said earlier, you know, that you really have to rely on yourself and believe in yourself. And I agree with that 1,000%. And I think that's a struggle, though, for a lot of women specifically, because for some reason there's this tendency to sort of bring ourselves down or berate ourselves about every mistake we've made, or we're comparing ourselves to other people on social media. And, you know, I think that's the other thing that this moment has done, or this time has done for me anyways, where I've actually been on social media less than I ever have, because I'm really taking advantage of being present with my kids. And as a mom to a girl who's 10 now, you know, I have to really watch what I say. Like if I'm complaining about, oh, I think this makes me look chubby, or I don't like this about myself, like, first of all, we shouldn't be thinking that, we shouldn't be saying that, but I shouldn't be saying it out loud. And I don't say it in front of her. It makes me think, it makes me pause. And my point is, you always want to do better for your kids. And so as a woman, if you are a mom, use that to your advantage. Don't make excuses for things like, oh, I'm too busy, I'm home raising all these kids, or, you know, I'm married and my husband's very high maintenance.
Yes.
We all have high maintenance husbands, you know.
Oh Lord, I was ready to send JR to live with Don last week, truthfully. But I think it's so true, because I remember, you know, in growing the company for all these years, I remember all I wanted to do was to set the right example for Amber, for her to believe enough in herself that, you know, whatever she does, she can succeed at whatever it is that she wanted to do, whether it be with the business or not with the business. I wanted her to feel confident about it. I wanted her to be happy. And I'm just happy that she chose to do the business. But even so, always wanted her to believe that you don't need to rely on a man's income, or a man for that matter. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that in a positive way, and vice versa too. But I just want, you know, I've always wanted, you know, my children to see a much bigger picture of inspiration, and not see it as, wow, I have big shoes to fill, and make them feel intimidated, but more so I can do this too.
Yes.
And I think that's so important. And I remember that one time a few years ago, you wrote this amazing Facebook, I know that you're going to remember it when I tell you, because it was so honest and so true. And you were having a moment with your kids and feeling bad. And, you know, I think you had just reprimanded someone. You wrote this long letter about, you know, how emotional it was, and were you doing the right thing? Were you doing the wrong thing? And I think, you know, we're just too hard on ourselves, you know, and I think as mothers, that's something we do. As women, it's something that we do. We're always looking to find criticism in who we are. We're just too darn hard on ourselves, and we really need to step back and say, you know what, I'm doing the very best I can. And I got a group of people who can support me in the business, and a group of ladies who love me, and a group of ladies who will lift me up. I remember I sent that post to Amber because I thought it was so special. I think I told you that.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think it caused her too. Like now I see her reaching out on Instagram and saying things like, hey, is anybody else having one of those nights? You know, I feel bad. You got frustrated because you couldn't get the kids to bed on time. And I feel like, you know, when we stop being so hard on ourselves, and then we have an opportunity to put ourselves first and to join an organization where that type of freedom allows you the flexibility to be able to do more with your kids. So everything doesn't have to be so strict.
You know, and even when I was doing that Facebook Live the other day, like, you know, my 3-year-old busted in here, and it's like, there's never a perfect moment or a perfect time. You just have to do something, you know, and if you mess up, it's okay. There's always a teachable moment. There's always a way to learn and grow and evolve and be better. And, you know, I think that's a really strong message that we want everyone to receive, is that you're enough and you can do this, and you're not lacking in anything. I do think self-development every day is so important, because you have to keep filling up your bucket for yourself. Like you were saying, you have to put yourself first. Ways that I do that is, you know, usually I get up before everybody else in my family. If that means a little less sleep, it's okay, because that's when I'm going to listen to some audios, read a book, just even if it's catch up on some admin work or whatever. It's just like a moment to be where no one needs me. And maybe that's late at night for some of you, but you know, I love what you said, Loren, about like taking this time to come out on top and surprising everybody. And imagine when we get together at hopefully World Conference next year, and you're on stage. And when you said that earlier, I paused the chats at this one spot. Like Christine Jones said, I'm back. Thank you. I want to surprise myself and others. And I love that, Christine, because that's what it's all about. Because if you're doing it, you deserve it, and you should do it for you. But in you doing it for you, you are going to inspire so many others. And that's so powerful.
Yeah, it really is. There's so many great comments on here. And I think,
yeah, I know. I was like trying to see.
I saw that Lee was answering the comments about the Foundation 6. I saw them yesterday. They are amazing. And yes, a wide range of shades. I was in love with it. In fact, Amber is always a very strict critic of how packaging looks, how things look. And she goes, wow, what is this? And I'm like, this is photos, the new foundation stick. She's like, this is sick, Mom. This is a definite go. This is so sick. And, you know, I'm always learning from our younger generation. So I'm really proud of that. And of course, we have so many new skincare products coming out.
Mind blowing. Like, guys, the fall throughout, you know, August, September, October, we're going to have some really amazing product launches. We've not been, you know, resting on our laurels. Our team internally has been doing a great job working with the vendors and sourcing out products, and they're powerful, and they are all beauty with benefit products. You know, we are always on trend, and we're going to have our seasonal colors and limited edition things as we always do. But
we have big sunscreen coming out.
Yes.
I'm so excited about, because I've been using it for some time. I'm a big sunscreen fanatic.
Yes.
And, you know, I always stay pale, even though I live in Miami. And I'm always in the summertime. I am never in the sun other than, you know, with a big hat and big glasses and a 50. And so we have a 50 coming out, which is so exciting in September, and one that everybody's going to love, because I was super sensitive to sensitive skin, because I have dry skin. And, you know, I have a tendency to break out if I use sunscreen, and you're going to love the formula. It's amazing. I'm really excited about it.
And then the After Sun gel.
Oh, it's amazing.
So crazy. I love
so crazy.
I got like this little tiny sample I got to test, and I was like, oh my gosh, it almost has like a little tint to it. So I was just using it like all over, and you can use it on your face and your body. But
one of the things I like is that some of the new sunscreen products and the After Sun products actually have what ingredients in it that actually like even the skin tone.
Yes.
So when you put it on, like when I wear the sunscreen, I put it on, I'm almost like, wow, it feels like, it looks like I have foundation on, but I don't, because it smooths and brightens the skin, and it kind of creates a blur for the pores, which I love.
Yes. And sunscreen apparently is a really hard product to develop and
You
test.
have no idea how many years it has taken Marty and Amber to come out with a sunscreen. This is going to be huge. We have all types of regulations that we've had to abide by, but to have a formula so powerful with so much in it and a 50, exactly what everybody really needs. And I think when people ask my daughter, like, what's the one thing your mom does, because obviously we all like to have our skin look good, but once you hit your 50s, you're really taking extra care. I've always been a skincare fanatic and always taken good care of my skin, and not hit the sun. And I know my daughter's always said, my mom ever taught me one thing, it's to wash your face before you go to bed and put sunscreen the first thing you wake up in the morning. And I think that's really important advice for us to share with our kids, because we have to deal with, the environment, and it's harsh on us. And so I think we have everything now in September that's going to be coming out that I'm so excited about.
Absolutely. And I saw someone asking about London. Are we relaunching in London? We are open in England, so definitely.
Things are doing really good. You're going to see a lot of more meetings, a lot more exciting things happening. It's really great. I'm really actually excited about what's going to happen in the UK.
In that market. Yeah. So if you, I don't know if you're a guest or a business owner, but if you're a guest, you can always email motives@shop.com, and they'll get you connected with someone who can help you. But I'll turn it over to the Wizard of Oz. Lee, is there any other comments or questions you think we should touch on before we sign off?
I think everybody's just really curious about your favorite skincare product.
Oh, well, it's I'm not a one product person. I use everything in the Lumiere line is my favorite, probably because I watch Amber formulate it. So when you're a part of that process and you're seeing how much love is going into it, and you see how many times she rejects something. I know my husband's standing by, and I'm sure Jer will agree and nod and say yes out loud. Amber is so particular about the products that she chooses to put on not only her face, but every face, and the amount of testing, Andrew, right, that goes into it. Andrew always calls Amber, like, what do you say? She could have been a doctor. Yeah, she's like a scientist. He said she's like a scientist. And I think when you see how much effort goes into the testing of the products and the different skin tones, and how she's always testing on dry skin, combination skin, she picks everybody's face to make sure it works well. I use everything. One of the reasons why I use everything in the Lumiere line is not just because it's my daughter's, because we have amazing skincare with Skintelligence and all of our other products that we have. It's just that I do have really dry skin, and I love the texture of the creams, not feeling too rich, but yet rich enough, not feeling oily or greasy afterwards, not feeling like I have leftover residue. And I am a big user of skincare because people don't realize the environment that we live in is really hard on our skin. Yeah. So I really find a lot of time to play with it. And I was so happy. I always ask her, like, hey, can I see the stuff that you're working on? And she's like, yeah. And she gave Andrew some stuff recently, the new pads, right? Yeah. The new pads. And she let Andrew experiment and look at the different colors of the pads to find something that would work for everybody. There's a lot that goes into it. And I feel like, because I get to really experience that process firsthand, and I know what she's putting in on it, it really makes a big difference for me.
100%. Yeah. If you've not tried any yet, and your skin's your largest organ, by the way, so you should all be taken care of.
That's your famous line, Andrew.
Health is wealth, and your skin's your biggest organ.
Andrew said health is wealth and your skin is your biggest organ, and that's true. And we always laugh at him because that's the one scientific fact that he really does know very well. But he's been really good. It's funny how you see men in our business too, because I'm always watching. Andrew came with us, of course, to the Bahamas this last weekend for our first hurrah and our last one together before I leave. And I think it's so important to see how men are taking care of their skin. I mean, I know in the shower, he has, his Skintelligence, his Lumiere.
Skin cleanser every night.
He uses his Lumiere skin cleanser every morning, every day. Yeah. And in the shower?
Well, the Royal Spa Bath and Shower Gel.
Royal Spa Bath and Body Gel.
Shampoo.
The Fix shampoo.
And then
You put the mask on in the shower.
And then I also use the Pentaxel actually as an aftershave.
Yeah, Pentaxel's an aftershave.
I love Pentaxel.
Yeah, Pentaxel's amazing. I've always loved Pentaxel. I love it, like, especially right now when you can't go to a dermatologist and you want to plump up the skin a little bit. I put it everywhere. People are like, I put it all over the place.
You put it on as a body lotion if you want it. That stuff's and it is a treatment, by the way. I know it feels like a lotion, you guys, but it is more of a treatment.
It is a treatment. I put it under my eyes, around my lips, because I'm always like, God, am I ever going to get back to a dermatologist? And I mean, a little Botox helps everybody, but it's been so long. So I'm really experimenting, like double dosing our products, and I think it works. Because I'm grateful.
The new pads.
The new pad. Can't reveal the secret ingredient, Andrew said, but we really love them. And I think Andrew's nodding with me when I said, you know, when we get to experience what Amber's putting into the product and how many times she rejects something is actually a testament of how special the product is.
Yeah.
And Andrew said exactly, because anytime she's coming out with something, he's like, can you tell us what it is? You know, because we get excited about trying it.
She's so particular about the ingredients.
Yeah, he's right. She's so particular about the ingredients. And because she is somebody who really wants to try to keep things as clean as she possibly can. I think it's so important.
Everybody's saying, what are the pads? I believe they're a toner pad. We're giving you a sneaky peek. They're not launching for a few months here, but
and these are actually also iPads that are really the iPads, which are so special and so rich. And we'll tell you guys, yes, it's like an eye mask that you put on, and they're just so chic. I mean, they're just chic, right? Awesome. And they're awesome. So we're really excited about those.
Layered. I even wore this one my husband got me, but you can layer with everything, right? So
yes, wait till you see. We have like I think 65 new products coming out in the layered line.
Oh my gosh.
65 new products that are even better than the first launch, that are so beautiful, so gorgeous. And I tried to steal some last night. I got caught, but it's just so beautiful. So I'm really excited about where we're going. And, you know.
Yeah, the one thing I always tease people that I love about this company is you can like reinvent yourself or go through midlife. You don't have to leave the company. You just read like, oh, okay, I've mastered the cosmetic thing. I'm going to sell some jewelry. I'm going to play with that a little bit because you just want something different, something stimulating, you know, so you can do it all within one company, which is super amazing.
And I think that's so important, Lisa, because I think when somebody joins a business, it's and they're watching this, say, oh, I want to be a beautypreneur. You don't have to just specialize in beauty. You get to pick and choose and find what feels right for you. And what I've learned over the course of 30 years is it's not about just what you love. It's about what other people love. So don't be afraid to learn more about a new product that maybe you don't think you'd be good at because other people want it. So it's so important when you finally have the opportunity to get in front of people and you break that box or step out of your comfort zone and you say, you know what, this is so much easier than I thought. It's not complicated, the business. All I have to do is share products with people that I know and that I like, products that I love and I trust. You do it all the time anyway. If a friend asks you what color lipstick you're wearing, you're going to tell her. In our business, you get paid for that. Mm-hmm. And I just think it's just an incredible way to make a living, right? And have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and have fun. That's the key, because there's enough sadness and heartache going on in the world. Yeah. So let this be, something you do for yourself, a platform where you can, connect with other people that offer inspiration, encouragement. And you deserve it.
This is, by the way, a new Lumiere piece that's coming out. You can't really see, but it's just like a very simple stone.
I love it.
And on a simple chain, which I like because, you can wear it every day. But I like things that, I love everything that Amber does, not just because she's my daughter. I love her style. And I just think that right now is the time for you guys to step up, to step out, to get out of your own way, to step. People say, well, how do I get out of the comfort zone? Well, you just got to take one step. It's simply one step.
Yeah.
Just one step can lead you to success. You just have to believe in the only person who will ever really change your life, and that's you.
Absolutely. Well, it's been fun, Loren. Thank you for taking the time. We could talk for hours.
Yeah, we could talk for hours. And, I can't wait to see you. I hope I get to see you this summer. I'm sure that Dara will ask you and Dawn to take a test and come up and spend some time with us.
We'll take a test. All good.
and hopefully get to see you guys soon. And I love you guys. And it's so good to be here with all of you. And I've been playing Lee's job every Wednesday, being the Wizard of Oz behind JR. I was telling Lee, so I'm doing all the production and direction with, of course, Andrew's the audience. And, we have a team who are doing things.
Like you're back to the beginning of times when you were just launching. You got to do like.
I'm like, I'm going to, every day I'm going to kill my husband, and every day I remind myself that I love him at the end of the day. This is a challenging time, but I'm so grateful that I get to do what I love with the partner I love in a business that I love with women and men that I love. So
speaking of, we should promote our event coming up in September.
Yeah.
So if you all want to hear about all the new products, I'm trying to get my calendar out here. What is it? The 11th through the 13th, I want to say?
Yep, the 11th, 12th, and 13th. Is that correct? That's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we switched that, just so you know, that day, simply because people aren't, working on Sundays. And because it's online, we can get a lot more people who can come and watch us online if we didn't do it during a work day. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday made a lot more sense. And I will tell you that this is unlike any Zoom thing you've ever seen. This is a major, major production. In fact, I was fighting with the production people because it's costing me almost the same thing as it would cost convention, because we're putting so much into technology. So the streams are perfect. We don't have that you won't have low res, that we're going to be having people coming from all over the world in large groups of watch parties, and in areas where it is safe for people to be together. They're going to be our go-tos that we're going to be talking to live. So it's going to be kind of an interactive thing, which I'm really excited about and proud of. And I think it's going to kind of revolutionize the way people actually do events. Yeah. And I'm excited. I'm kind of preparing myself for it now, because I think it's actually going to be a lot of fun. We are going to have, feel like we have people right in front of us, even though we can't be together and hug. It will be like this type of interaction where you can also see people who are there. So you can feel like you're part of the interaction, part of the live event, the very best we can without being in person.
Yeah, and again, finding the silver lining. I mean, listen, you don't have to pay airfare, gas money, hotel money. Like, this maybe is breaking barriers to entry that, people had before. And I've always thought where there's a will, there's a way, and you can always figure it out regardless. But now we're really taking away all the excuses. Yeah. Anyone is going to be able to attend. And that's, if there is a shortcut, that is the shortcut, where you can learn from the best of the best. Obviously, you just said you're curating, not only the curriculum, but the best of the best people to deliver the content. And you're going to learn about new technologies, new products. So you don't want to be left behind. It's going to be fun.
And Andrew was mentioning that what day is that, Andrew?
Tuesday night at 8 p.m.
Tuesday night, 8 p.m. is going
to be conducting a Zoom session to go through all the details.
Yeah, and next Tuesday, correct? Tuesday, 8 p.m. Mark Ashley, our president, is going to be doing a live Zoom to kind of discuss how we're integrating everybody in our live online convention, which is going to be really exciting. All the details.
All right. And some of you are asking if you want to just, with our Motives division, with the ongoing things that we do, you can just check the Motives by Loren Ridinger Facebook page, not any of the groups, but the official page. There's an events section on that page, and we schedule every Monday session, every Wednesday session. If there's any, like we have a virtual summit this weekend, it's all going to be, all the information will be organized there. So that's the best advice I have as far as finding what you're looking for. It's all sort of organized in that one spot.
And if you had any other questions that I missed, you can always leave them right here on Facebook, and I'll go back and I'll answer them later for you, because like I've said, every week, Jared and I love to check those things and answer them ourselves. So leaving them right on Facebook where they can live and we can see them and share that information, we'll be happy to do that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks so much. Thanks, guys. Everyone, have a great day, and we'll
have a great day. Love you guys. Thank you, Lee.
Love you.
Thank you both. You're both amazing.
Love you, honey. Bye-bye, sweetie.
Bye.